go for showing how the current will pass in both the cases during first half rotation and second half rotation. See that here this is north pole and this south pole. The armature is made to rotate in the clockwise direction during first half. Look here. Current flows through A, B, C, D, right? Current flows through A, B, C, D, and D comes in contact with B1. So current in the external circuit flows from B1 to B2. When it is rotated, then this side will come here and DC will come on AB. Followed? AB. This is C. This is D. When it is made to rotate in the clockwise direction, after half rotation, see that? After half rotation, AB and CD get interchanged. Current is flowing through AB, CD. Now see that? D. AB, CD. D comes in contact with B1. Clear? Then during the next half rotation, again look here, current is produced in the coil and current flows in the coil through DCBA. See that here, DCBA, and A is in contact with B2. Current in the external circuit flows from B2 to B1. Followed? Yes. Here the direction of current reverses continuously after every half rotation. Therefore, it is called AC dynamo, alternating current dynamo, alternating current. And in current we have two types. Already I have explained that in the chapter called electricity. Direct current means the direction of flow of current in one direction only. It is unidirectional. Whereas alternating current, the direction of current keeps on changing continuously. So this is AC dynamo. In our textbook, we have only two devices. One is AC dynamo and second one is DC motor. This is information about AC dynamo. Clear? Yes. Please go for drawing this. I'll go for writing the construction here. Yeah. You have drawn the figure. Then here I have written the leveling. Please go for writing this. After that, construction. Construction is very simple. AC dynamo, it consists of a rectangular coil ABCD of insulated copper wire which is mounted between north and south pole of horseshoe magnet. Then connect the free ends of the copper coil to the two copper rings R1 and R2 which are in contact with the two carbon brushes B1 and B2 respectively. Then after that, the carbon brushes B1 and B2 are connected to the terminals of a galvanometer using the wire. This much only is construction. Yes, copy this. Dear students, here I have written the working of this AC dynamo. Very simple. Look here, with the armature using the shaft, nothing but axle, when the armature is made to rotate clockwise direction, then the magnetic field linking with the coil changes, right? Magnetic field linking with the coil changes. Therefore, current is induced in the coil. Then the direction of current can be known by using Fleming's right hand rule. Got it? That here, during the first half rotation, the current flows through ABCD. This can be known by using Fleming's right hand rule. ABCD, and D comes in contact with B1. Current in the external circuit flows from B1 to B2. Next, during next half rotation, current flows through DCBA and A comes in contact with B2. Current in the external circuit flows from B2 to B1. Here, you can come to know that in this way the dynamo converts mechanical energy, that is rotation of the coil, which is mechanical energy, it is converted into electrical energy, is nothing but induced current. Then here the current in the external circuit reverses after every half rotation. See, in first half rotation, current flows from B1 to B2. When it completes the next half rotation, it flows from B2 to B1. As the current reverses, therefore it is after every half rotation, periodically, it is called AC dynamo. Clear? Okay, dear students, now let us come to know some of the important terms. Here, we know that N and S are the poles of field magnet. Are poles of field magnet. So what is the purpose of using field magnet only? We know that field magnet has more strength. So we can say that it is a powerful magnet. It produces very good amount of magnetic field. We can write to produce more magnetic field. Second, ABCD, it is a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire, also called armature. What is the use of this armature? This armature, by rotating this armature, it changes the magnetic field linking with the coil so that current is induced in the coil. Clear? Its main work is to change the magnetic field linking with it. Here I'll write to change magnetic field linking with it. So as it rotates faster, then magnetic field changes fastly, therefore more amount of current is induced. So this rotation of the coil, nothing but armature, is also responsible for the power of the dynamo linking with it, so that it is also responsible for power of dynamo. Next, third one, observe here. Here we have used R1 and R2. What are these? These are the rings, copper rings. Then what are the use of copper rings? Observe. R1 and R2, these are the two metal rings, that is nothing but copper rings, and which are connected to the ends of this armature, and they rotate along with the armature, right? And so that even you can come to know that here the direction of current in the coil changes. First A, B, C, D, then D, C, B, A. So here these rings will also be responsible in changing the direction of induced current in the armature to rotate along with armature and to change the direction of induced current in the coil, nothing but in the armature. Clear? Next, fourth one. Here the carbon brushes are there. That is B1 and B2, which are in contact with the rings. And these carbon brushes will transfer the induced current from the armature to the external circuit. Right? See that whatever the current is induced here, that is transferred to external circuit. Here I'll write B1 and B2 they transfer induced current from armature to external circuit. Followed? And even we can say that R1 and R2, they help in reversing the direction of current. Got it? Direction of induced current. And one more here, whatever the rings are there, rings and carbon brushes, these two together called commutator. Here I'll write commutator, C-A-M-M-U-T-A-T-O-R, commutator, combination of rings, that is copper rings and carbon brushes. So this commutator will help in reversing the direction of current in the coil and also transferring the induced current from the coil to the external circuit. Follow? And here the galvanometer that indicates whether the current is induced or not. It detects the induced current. We can write sixth one, galvanometer. It is to detect induced current. Followed? Yes. Hope that you have written the working. Then now you will go for writing these important terms. Chance of asking in the examination. Please go through these one by one. First one is field magnet. What is the field magnet? To produce the powerful magnetic field. Then what is ABCD? It is armature. What is the use of this armature? To change the magnetic field linking with the coil so that the current is induced, and also it indicates the power of the dynamo. Next, another one is R1 and R2. These are the full rings, nothing but copper rings, and these are to be connected at the ends of the armature, and they will rotate along with the armature. And main function of these two rings is to reverse the direction of induced current in the coil. Then B1 and B2, these are the carbon brushes which transfer the induced current from the coil, nothing but armature, to the external circuit. Then G, it is galvanometer, which is used for detecting the induced current. Yes, please go for copying these points. Very important. Dear students, now we will discuss about the second important device, that is electric motor. Electric motor, we know that motor, it is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Here I will write the device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy is called electric motor, or simply it is motor. Electric motor. Then what is the principle on which it works? It works on the principle of magnetic effect of electric current. Then nothing but a current carrying conductor kept in the magnetic field experiences the mechanical force. Here I will write the current carrying conductor, nothing but electrical energy. Current carrying conductor kept in the magnetic field, experiences the mechanical force, right? That is the force exerted by the magnetic field of the magnet. So this is the principle. Then here we will go for studying about DC motor. DC means, the full form of DC is, it is direct current. If the current flows in one direction only in the circuit, then it is called direct current. So now we'll discuss about DC motor, the diagram, construction and working. Yes, please go for copying this. Now I'll go for drawing the diagram. Dear students, observe. Here I have drawn the diagram of DC motor. It is two-dimensional figure. First, let's go for leveling the parts. Here, N and S are the poles of field magnet, nothing but U-shaped magnet. Here, ABCD is a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire which is called armature. Then S1 and S2, they are called slip rings. That is, one ring is cut into two halves. Look here, one is named as S1 and another one is named as S2. Then B1 and B2, these are the carbon brushes. And here W is the wire, BA is a battery, and K is the switch. Then construction, how they are to be arranged? Very simple. Look here, ABCD is a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire. It is mounted between north and south poles of field magnet. Then the free ends of the armature is connected to two half rings S1 and S2, which are in contact with the two carbon brushes B1 and B2 respectively. Clear? And the carbon brushes are connected to terminals of a battery along with the switch using the conducting wire. This is about construction. Clear? Here brushes are connected to terminals of a battery because here electrical energy is to be converted into mechanical energy. Current is required. In dynamo, current was produced. Here current is used to convert this into mechanical energy. Now let us come to know working. Observe it. When you switch on, what happens? The current starts flowing. Observe the direction of flow of current. Okay, current flows through the armature ABCD, right? So when the current flows through ABCD, then immediately the mechanical force start acting. The reason is when the current flows through ABCD, magnetic field is developed around this armature. This magnet, then it acts as a magnet. This magnet is under the influence of magnetic field of the powerful magnet. Therefore, it experiences the mechanical force. Remember that we had taken the horseshoe magnet, the aluminum rod. When the current flows through aluminum rod acts as a magnet, and when this magnet is kept under the influence of the magnetic field of horseshoe magnet, it experiences the mechanical force. Here also. Then this direction of mechanical force acting can be known by using Fleming's left hand rule. Observe it. Now the current is flowing from A to B first, and the lines of force will spread from north to south according to Fleming's left hand rule. Look here, forefinger from which indicates magnetic field which spread from north to south. Then the direction, the middle finger indicates the direction of flow of current, and thumb indicates the direction of mechanical force. Where the mechanical force is acting, it is on AB. Downward or upward? Observe this. It is downward. Here on right, AB. There mechanical force is acting downward. Similarly, current flows through BC, then CD. When it flows through CD, now you can observe that. Look here current is flowing downward, and lines of force from north to south. Then mechanical force, it is towards you. That means it is acting from below the CD. We can write CD. Hope that you have understood. When you think that this is the armature, when the current flows through AB, this R, the mechanical force is acting in this direction, downward. When the current flows through CD, the current mechanical force will start acting in this way. So these are the two equal magnitude forces act on two different limbs in the opposite direction. So what happens? See, here force is acting, here also force is acting, but this force is acting downward and this force is acting upward. When they act continuously, what happens? The coil start rotating, which indicates mechanical energy. The energy which is responsible for moving object. To move the object is called mechanical energy. So here the coil start rotating. Clear? When it completes half rotation, what happens? Here on right. Look here. Assume that it has completed half rotation. Then A will be here, B will be here, C will be here, D will be here. Got it? See, D actually it is in contact with S2. We know that slip rings will also rotate along with the coil. This S2 comes in contact with B1 and S1 comes in contact with B2. Did you understand? Yes. Now, see, current in the external circuit is flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Clear? Now, observe. Next. After half rotation, during next half rotation, the current flows through DCBA. Now, here you can come to know mechanical force acting on CD, it is downward, and whereas on BA, it is upward. Again, it will start rotating. Clear? After completing one rotation, then again S1 comes in contact with B1 and S2 comes in contact with B2. Then the current flows in the same direction. Did you understand? Yes. As here the current flows in the same direction, we can say that it is DC motor. Did you understand? Yes. Now I'll go for writing the construction. Please go for copying this. After copying, after drawing, and go for labeling them. N and S, A, B, C, D, S1 and S2, B1 and B2, W, BA and K. Yes. Please go for writing the construction and working. Construction I have already explained. Working also. See that here when the current flows through A, B, C, D, first the mechanical force acts on the limb AB downward and CD upward. So the coil starts rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, and during first half rotation S2 comes in contact with B1 and S1 comes in contact with B2. Right? Next, after that, when the current flows through here DCBA, then the mechanical force acts on the limb DC in the downward and the ABA in the upward. Again, it keeps rotating in the same direction, that is anti-clockwise direction. Now here S1 comes in contact with B1 and S2 comes in contact with B2. The direction of current keep changing in the coil. It is because of the split rings, but there is no change in the direction of current in the external circuit. So that is why it is called DC motor. See, motor, it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this, whatever the current we make to flow, then this current will make the coil to rotate in the same direction. Clear? Yes. So this is the procedure up to here. Please go for writing. Then after that, we will go for writing the functions of important parts of this motor. Observe. Here I have written some of the important terms. We know that N and S are the poles of horseshoe magnet or field magnet. The reason is to produce the powerful magnetic field. Then ABCD is a rectangular coil of insulated copper wire which is called armature, and it is used to increase the power of the motor by rotating. Then here S1 and S2, nothing but slip rings. These are the rings used to reverse the direction of current in the armature. Along with the brushes, it is called commutator. B1 and B2 are the brushes. The carbon brushes are used to, in this case, in motor, carbon brushes are used to transfer the current from battery, nothing but external circuit, to the coil. Then here I have written commutator. It is a combination of split rings and carbon brushes used to reverse the direction of flow of current. And another important information, look here I told you that in every half rotation, the mechanical force will start acting on the limbs, opposite limbs, in the opposite direction. Here, in first half rotation, the mechanical force acts in the downward direction on AB and upward direction on CD. So, but these two forces will be having equal magnitude, and this is known as a result of it, the coil start rotating, and this is known as couple formation. The two forces having same magnitude acting on the coil at two different limbs in the opposite direction is called couple formation. Followed? Yes, please go for copying this also. Okay, dear students, hope that you have written. And before concluding the class, again I am reminding you, whatever we have taught today, please practice them today itself. And so that you can ask me the doubts, whatever you will be having when you are going through that video. Please send your doubts in WhatsApp only. Okay. So with this, let us stop the class. Let us continue the same chapter in the next class. Thank you very much.